What's going on, guys? You saw by the title. I was planning on just prepping my PSA submission, just doing it. I figured, why not do it live, get some content out of it, So I have 9 cards in my submission, so I'll go over those 9 cards real quick first. So like I said, it's a 9-card submission right now there, and no particular order. I got to obviously take all these out of the one touches. I'm going to clean them, get them into card savers, everything. And I already have a few in card savers. But this is all the cards in the submission that I'm going to be sending in. There's a Singularity USA Print Cracked Ice, Ragnarok USA Print Crystal Shard, Deadfire USA Print Crystal Shard. Don't have to take out of the eBay Authenticator thing. Then I have a Crackshot USA Print Crystal Shard, Rogue Agent USA Print Crystal Shard, Snow Squall USA Print Crystal Shard, the Ace USA Print Crystal Shard, the Visitor USA Print Crystal Shard, and the Prisoner USA Print Cracked Ice. So those are the 9 cards I'm going to be sending to PSA. So I'm going to, like I said, prep them and everything, get them cleaned up, get them ready to go in card savers and everything. And to clean them, I bought like a microfiber towel. So, I can just clean off the surfaces in the back and everything. So, yeah. Here for the first card, I'll just start with the Singularity since it was on top. I bought this one on eBay for about $142, I think, before tax and everything at auction. So, I'm hoping it's clean, obviously, if I'm paying that price, and it does look clean. The top left corner does look slightly soft, but I don't know. I think this card is definitely a contender for a 10. I think there's no way it gets below an 8. I mean, it gets below a 9. There's no way it gets an 8 is what I'm saying. What's up, man? How's it going? Just doing a little PSA prep. But how's your day been, man? Yeah, overall, the Singularity looks super clean. I think I got a gem here, probably. And this card looks super good, that green. I love it. So, give this just a little, wipe it down just a little bit more. Should be good. All right, so that's the first card. There's a Singularity, and might as well get my 2 Series 2 cards out of the way, and let's look at the Prisoner. This one I bought. I actually bought the Crackshot and the Prisoner in the exact same day. I spent like $200-something that day just on cards. It's pretty interesting that day. But yeah, I bought those both a while back. How's it going, man? Carol Shadow, good to see you. I know I see you in my live streams a good amount of times. Yeah, I'm sending 2 Series 2 cards in the submission. The rest are Series 1. See how the Prisoner looks. I think it's about the same condition as more prepping. Yeah, so if you saw one of my last streams, it was just deciding what I'm going to send in. I got the final 9 cards I'm sending, and I'm just cleaning them up and everything, getting them in card savers and getting them ready to go. So, yeah. Prisoner looks like a 10 to me. The only thing I think that might hold me back on the Prisoner is it could be a slight ding in the corner on this one, but I don't think it's major enough to knock it down from a 10 to a 9. So I'm going to get this one into a card saver and out of the one touch, or the Pro Mold. I use Pro Molds, not one touches. But yeah, so these are the two Series 2 cards in the submission, Singularity and the Prisoner. I thought about sending in either my Teeth or my Bow Rose, but I decided against it for Series 2 just because I don't think they're worth it, honestly. All right, let's go with the Ragnarok now, because this one's pretty beat up. The Ragnarok's actually really beat. Like, this is probably going to get a 1 or a 2, honestly. I cracked it out of an SGC 4 holder, and I think it was a generous 4, and I almost regret cracking it, honestly. So, you know, that's just the way it is. But I like my collection uniform. I'm going to want all my nice cards in PSA. And, man, these things pop. Seeing this in just a sleeve, those things are beautiful. Those Series 1 shards. There's nothing like them. Yeah, those things do just look incredible. So there's like some stains or something almost on the back, and there's some wrinkles. Yeah, I don't even know what that is or how that even got on there. There's some stains on the back. And this corner's kind of messed up. So I think it was a generous 4, honestly. I think I expect a 1 or a 2 on this one. But, yeah. Ragnarok. The most recent shard I've added to my collection. And I think it was like 150 something before tax and shipping. It was like 175 after. So, in my opinion, not a bad deal. So, it's a nice one. I'm going to love to have my collection for a very long time. You know, pretty iconic skin here. Underrated as well. So, the first 3 so far. Next, I guess I'll go with the Crack Shot. That's also a pretty beat up one. So this Crack Shot, like I said, I bought it on the exact same day as the Prisoner, and this one is also incredibly beat up. This is another 1 or a 2. Started a Raven Rainbow, got 4 on the way. Only need like 2 more cards then off to submission. Oh, that's awesome, man. I'm a big fan of Raven for sure. He's a really nice card, iconic. He had his own POI on the Chapter 1 map in Haunted Hills. And that purple on his crystal shard looks amazing. I almost bought one time. Like, you know, in negotiations, I guess is what I was in negotiations for one. But, you know, just couldn't get the deal done. Raven is a really nice card. Now let's take a look at this Crack Shot. I've looked at this one before when I first bought it, just to examine the condition. Because I paid just slightly over $100 for this one. And like I said, it's in terrible condition. But, you know, a Crack Shot's still a Crack Shot. So as you guys can see, that corner, it's like peeling up, and you can see white. It's really bad. Like, this one's a 1. This one's honestly a PSA 1. And the back, you can also see the camera does not pick it up well at all, but the one of the corners is really beat up bad, super dinged. Both of them are on the bottom, but one of them is way worse than the other one. And there's like a crease on the side here too. Oh yeah, this is a PSA 1. This will be hilarious when I get this back, how bad this will be. But, you know, still a Crack Shot. Have I ever tried Kurt's Card Care? I have not. You know, I don't know a whole lot of care that would fix this Crack Shot. Like, with the creases and the corners peeling up. And, I mean, I don't know. I feel like those things are just, I've never used one, but, like, I don't know how good those things actually are. Like, I don't think that, like, something like this is unrepairable, kind of, I feel. Maybe I'm wrong. I might have to try it out sometime. What the hell is on this card saver? That's weird. I guess I'm not really keeping these. I'm just sending them to PSA, so it doesn't really matter what's on them. There's the crack shot, all ready to go. I'm gonna have a bunch of extra pro molds laying around. I guess I could, like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with these. I gotta buy more shards to fill them up. It looks bad most times. It's not repairable, but for minor issues, Kurtz helps a lot. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, most of mine, they're either like a lot of these cards that I have, they're either in guaranteed 9 or 10 conditions or guaranteed 2 or 3 condition in the submission. So it's just the way it is. This Rogue Agent I've had for a very long time. Probably had this for pushing a year, maybe. I don't know. No, not that long, but I've had it for a good amount of time. And in my opinion, he's incredibly underrated. I'm a big Rogue Agent fan. So I do not believe this is a 10, but possibly a 9. The only thing that would hold it back is the corners are flawless. Everything's surface is really good. The only problem is there's like a slight paint chip on the side. This is so slight, but I don't know if this will knock it down to an 8. But it's like camera can't pick it up, but it's just a slight paint chip. I think this will probably just keep it at a 9. But really nice card, and you know, even him in a 9 is still. I only paid like $40. No, I think it was like 60 for this card. And even in a 9, still like this card and it's staying in the PC. So I'm not too worried about making my money on this submission. It's just I want to get my cards graded and slabbed. And something I want to do is get all my crystal shards PSA graded and in slab mags. Those things are like $25. So, you know, that'd be a pretty expensive project. I mean, I could get a couple shards for what it would cost me to get all 15 of my USA shards and slab mags. There's the Rogue Agent. First starter pack skin. Yep, he was. Another special thing about Rogue Agent, and he's the male counterpart to Elite Agent. So that's awesome. That also makes him special. Next up is one of, in my opinion, the best looking cards in all of Fortnite cards, the Snow Squall. Or just the gliders in general. Those look great. Shout out to Black Ash. He sold me this one at the National. This one gets a gem. I believe it's slightly low pop because all the commons are like the weapons and pickaxes and gliders and stuff are somewhat low pop. Could be that people don't think they're worth grading, or they might be shorter printed. Who knows? But this card has just a beautiful powder blue look to it. Kind of reminds me of the old Chargers uniforms. Yeah, I mean, that card is beautiful. You see the more powder blue on the back, what I'm talking about. This card gems, I'd be very happy. All right, let's see what we're working with here. Well, something right there. I'm not sure what that is. What is that actually? That is weird. Hold on. I'm probably guessing a 9 on this one. I'm not. Something on the surface. Oh, what's up, Famous? How's it going, man? There's something on the surface of this card, and it's like I feel like I could get it rubbed off with this, but I don't want to, apply a whole lot of pressure to it. So I'm trying to figure out. I'll set it down real quick, and I don't know what to do about that because, I mean, I don't want to damage the card because I feel like, I don't know, it's weird. I figure out what to do about that. It'd be nice if it just come off. Yeah, it's like some sort of residue almost. I don't know why it won't come off. That is incredibly annoying. Doing great. Just had a fantastic 4-pack Pokemon card rip. Okay, nice. Ripping some Pokemon. Nice, man. You said it was fantastic, so congrats on whatever you pulled. I don't know anything about Pokemon, so. Man, I don't know what is on this card, but I cannot get that to come off. I got it. Nice. That's good. And I don't think I damaged it in any way. So just gonna get my fingerprints off this now. And I'm guessing a PSA 9 on this one. Really nice looking card though. The eye appeal is incredible on this one. 4 packs and 2 double banger packs. That's such a good. Okay, that's nice, man. Congrats on the pulls. Yeah, for sure. There's a snow squall already for PSA. I got 3 cards left, and 2 of them at the end are really nice cards. Like one of them has the eBay authenticator thing, and the other one I paid $300 for. So both over $290 cards. Next up is the Ace. I also got this one from Black Ash the National. I didn't realize how beat up this promo was. This thing's all scuffed and scratched. I'll probably keep it, but all right, let's see what's going on with the Ace. This one you don't see very often at all, really. Nice card for sure. I think she's kind of underrated. I know Fortnite Trading Card Hub in his underrated card video, he talked about her. So, you know, better than BK. Obviously not, but yeah. Card looks pretty clean from what I can tell. Corners. Okay, there's a little bit of corner problem there, but I'm gonna guess a PSA on this one as well. Just still a really nice card. That is a great looking card, that dark maroon red. These things do look incredible. These might be the best looking cards I've ever seen. And I know I've mentioned this before, but I've collected sports cards for 7 years. Actually, 9 years. 9 years I've collected sports cards. Started in 2014. I remember I was ripping 2014 Topps Fat Packs as a kid. That was pretty fun. Good times. Wish there were Japanese Fortnite cards. I know there's one set, but wish there was. I'm not sure. Well, I mean, the Fortnite market is a lot smaller over there compared to here. I mean, in China, they don't even have it anymore. I know I say Japan, obviously, but I just don't think it's as big over there. And I don't think it really would have made a dip. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. You meant like Japanese style cards. Okay, that's my fault. Like I think you meant like printed in Japan, like they did with Italy and Brazil. I see what you mean. That would be pretty cool, like Japanese art style Fortnite cards. That would be pretty cool. But then again, I guess the whole point of the cards is to capture the in-game look of the skin. So, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but it'd be a cool idea in theory. Next card is the Deadfire USA Print Crystal Shard. I got to take it out of the eBay Authenticator. So, the beautiful mosaic style. Looks like the mosaic football parallels. But second time I've had to do that. First time was when I sent in my Moisty Merman. So, all right. Let's see how this one. Oh, I forgot they have these things double sleeved up in here and everything. It's like they have them in 2 sleeves, which is weird. But let's see how this one looks. This thing's like stuck in the sleeve. It's been here for so long. I don't like this. The Deadfire stuck in the sleeve. Oh, how the hell does that happen? Oh, it's sealed. What the? Are you serious? I didn't know the eBay Authenticator did all that. They sealed my card in. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, got some scissors laying around. I didn't know the eBay Authenticator sealed the cards. Would have been good information to know. Before I did this, I would have grabbed some scissors. That's well. Let's go get some scissors. I'll be back in a little bit. Didn't get the scissors, but got something that'll open this up. So. Yeah, I did just cut the seal on that Deadfire with fingernail clippers. So, yeah. Interesting, I guess. It worked. Yeah, this is a really nice looking card. I don't know, that distracted me and everything. I got sidetracked there. I didn't know the eBay Authenticator sealed the cards in there, kind of like how Beckett does. I didn't know they did all that. This card is a PSA 10. This Deadfire right here. Gonna get a 10. This thing is beautiful. It's flawless. It's perfect. That's the big sleeve. I gotta get the small ones. Hold up. All right, got the small sleeve. We should connect. I've been grading cards for 30 years. Have process and have to get stuff ready for. Also have some basic and hygiene, whatever. Bye. As soon as it comes in. Thanks, David. Yeah, the Deadfire is really cool. eBay Authenticator is worthless. It most definitely is. I hate it. I mean, if I'm going to spend $250 on a card, I know what I'm buying. I don't need them to, secondary verify that. And they even have it for PSA graded cards already, which is by far the most pointless thing ever. I'm just going to clean this up just a little bit more. But this Deadfire looks great. Looks like a 10 to me. And, hopefully it gets one. I think after tax and shipping, I'm into this card for about $290. So I won at auction on eBay a while back, I think in September. Yeah, there it is. They ruined a card I bought and accepted no responsibility. I mean, doesn't surprise me. They do some interesting things there with that eBay Authenticator. And it's like this Deadfire it pushed a month before I got this thing after I bought it. I mean, I bought it in around September. I think actually they took about a month to get it to me. It's about a month before I got it. So these are the first 8 cards in the submission. And the final one and the best one is the Visitor. USA Print Crystal Shard. Shout out to you, Black Ash. You sold it to me at the National. And that's a really nice card. Appreciate you selling it to me. You gave me a good deal on it along with the Ace and the Glider. Caro Shadow, it is in Cleveland next year. So, you know, I don't know if I'll be able to make it to that one. But it is in Cleveland. You're going to sell buyers in the National person, man, that can be pricey. That adds up quick because they charge some crazy premiums there. I planned on dropping some cards off there to grade, but then I saw it when I was there. But then I saw their rates. I'll just sub this stuff in when I want to on my own. This Visitor does look nice. Wow. That card is too cool. So iconic. I mean, that pose is insane, too, with the arms crossed and everything. I said, this thing is just flawless, too. I almost just dropped it. Oh, my God. I almost had a heart attack there. It's pricey for in-show turnaround, but you can save on shipping and insurance subbing there and having them, send it back. I mean, I figure if I'm going to have them send it back, I might as well just send it there. And obviously, if you haven't sent it back, you still got to get insurance. So there's the Visitor. Yeah, PSA 6, if I dropped it, man, I almost, that could have been bad. Luckily, I didn't. But Visitor Gems, I trade you PSA 9 and a lot more for it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe. I've kept every single Fortnite card I've ever owned. So I don't know if I want to break that streak, especially if I grade it and I get a PSA 10. So I got to figure out what order I'm going to submit them in. I'm going to do something like this. So I figure out if I put the Singularity or the Prisoner ahead of each other. These are pretty equal in condition, and I don't really care. Like, I think I'm going to go with the Prisoner first, Singularity second. So I got my 9 cards all ready to go to PSA, and I'll go through them in order, and I will state my grade predictions for each one. The Prisoner, I'm going to go with, that's going to get a 9. Singularity, I'm going to go with, that'll get a 10. The Ragnarok, I'm going to give this one a nice PSA, I don't know, I'm trying to think nice PSA 2 on the Ragnarok. PSA 2. For the Crack Shot, I'm going to give him also a PSA 2. Give him both PSA 2s on the Ragnarok and Crack Shot. On the Rogue Agent, I'm going to give myself a 9. Snow Squall, I'm going to give myself a 9. The Ace, give myself a 9. Deadfire, 10. And a Visitor, 10. If you have a pile of gems, don't grade that. No, there's only 2 Series 1 shards that I believe will gem in the submission. And I got 2 from Series 2 that I think both have a possibility to gem. But I don't know about the Prisoner. It's a little questionable. But for shards, I only have 2 that are gem worthy. The 2 that I have that are gem worthy are the Deadfire and the Visitor. Put my gems up front. I've always done it where I put the worst ones in the back so they see, how bad they can be. Then they see my clean ones. They're like, all right, so that's definitely a 10. That's the way I've always done it. But I feel like I think that's mainly just superstition, kind of. Like, just whatever helps you feel like it doesn't really matter. Just whatever helps you sleep at night kind of thing. Like, you know, your process is your process kind of thing. I don't think it really matters. I'm resenting my visitor. I think I can 10. Visitor is a really nice card, man. They get a sense you don't know what you are subbing. Well, I mean, I don't know. That's on my last submission. That's how I did it when I sent in 2 sports cards at 3 Fortnite, 3 crystal shards. I sent in my aim, my Heyman, my Mothmando. And if you check the video I made when I submitted the cards, I said the aim will get an 8, the Heyman will get a 9, and the Mothmando will get a 10. That's how they graded 8, 9, 10. So I don't know. I feel like I don't know. That's just my process. That's just the way I like to do it. But I don't know. As for the borderline cards, you get the benefit of the doubt when you stub a strong pile. Yeah, you see, that's the thing. My pile, I wouldn't say it's strong. It's got, for Series 1, it's got 2 cards that I think will gem. The other ones I think are 9s or lower. The idea makes sense, but it only makes the nicer condition cards look more of a 9 or 10. You have obvious 7s and 8s graded first, is how I see it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, David. That's always been my point of view on it, is I'll grade the cards that look like that I have in my submission. Like, I have cards I think are going to get 2s. Then I have an 8 maybe, and then some 9s. Then I have my 2 10s at the back. So the people at PSA see what these cards can look like. Then they see how clean these other ones are, and they're like, okay, these are the ones that deserve. You know, this is clean compared to what I've seen so far. They get kind of a range, a perspective, I guess. Yeah, mile high. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it matters that much either. It's just kind of like I said, I think it's more just like a superstition thing, whatever helps you sleep at night kind of thing. But I don't know. I just kind of have my process, and Mount Rushmore Sports Cards has his process where he thinks he wants to put the good ones at front, so it makes it seem like he has like he knows what he's doing. Been grading for 30 plus years. Better to spend more on quicker turnaround time, the gems and the 9s. Send the bangers on a slow turn. I don't know. I'm going to send these all in at once. I just want to get them all back at once. And, you know, it's only 9 cards. I got to decide what level I'm going to throw them on at. Probably not going to do, like, the slowest one. Like, the cheapest one. And I don't know if they might upcharge me on the Visitor if it dimes, or even the Deadfire. There's a chance they upcharge me on those if they dime, so I don't know. But I got to figure out what level I'm going to sub them at. But yeah, this is my submission. I grade all shards, Italy corner or not. Okay. I mean, that's a valid approach. I mean, all those cards are definitely going to be worth grading at some point for sure. I don't know about right away. It's like my submission is 9 USA. If I 4 cards I think are going to 10, should I send one at a time or all together? Yeah, I would not answer that. Me personally, I'll just send them in, honestly. But Mount Rushmore might disagree. He might say, you know, do them separately or 1 or 2 at a time. But yeah, I'm just, kind of taking these all in before I submit them because I won't see them for a while. But I'm going to get these all in team bags after. I'm not going to do that on here because that's, like, not enjoyable to watch, pulling them apart and everything. All these low-graded cards are me. Mile high. I don't know, man. I got a Wukong PSA 3 shard. I got my Ruckus PSA 6 shard. I got my Maximilian PSA 7 shard. I got my Moisty PSA 7 shard. There's going to be a PSA 2 or a 1 Ragnarok on the pop report soon. PSA 1 or 2 crack shot on the pop report soon. So, I'll send in some low-grade stuff myself. It's just the way it's got to be. It's just what you got to do. I mean, you always hear me talk about buy the card, not the grade. For these, and I got a interesting video coming out that I've been working on. I've been working on this video for a really long time actually, and it's a good comparison for the crystal shards for something else. I'm not going to reveal too much about it, but um, all the grade does not matter with these cards because the eye appeal is so great and they're so scarce. It doesn't matter. My Nagup's got 10. Calamity got a 10. Richard, I mean, yeah, Daniel, I mean, I saw that PSA submission. You did great, man. I mean, you cleaned up. You got some good gems and everything. I mean, you had an incredible submission. If production runs were truly as low as 50 to 100 in the long run, all shards will have value. Exactly, Mile High. Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore. That is exactly true. These cards are so scarce, and they have such a beautiful eye appeal too. I mean, there's not one that doesn't actually look good. I mean, people always hate on Flytrap or even Moisty Merman for being ugly, but you see that shard shining. I mean, you see the way it looks. You're not going to say it's an ugly looking card. The card looks great. The skin doesn't. And that's also subjective. I love the way Moisty Merman looks. And I know a few other people that agree with me on that Moisty Merman looks like is a cool looking skin and he's my most used skin. But then I hear the majority of people say he's an ugly skin. So that's just the way it is. I mean, there's probably people that think the Visitor is a really ugly skin and they would never even consider wearing him or buying his card. And there's people like me who really enjoys his artwork and think he's a beautiful card. I mean, beautiful skin. But the parallel is so good looking that if the skin's ugly, it doesn't matter. And I only got these ones with me that I'm sending in, so I don't really have an example for that. It's like even with the glider, I mean, it's just a glider. But look at that art, look at that shine. I mean, you're not gonna say it's an ugly looking card. The glider might not look good, but the card does. So I think all these crystal shards are gonna have demand no matter what, no matter the grade, no matter the condition. As long as they have somewhat decent eye appeal, they're gonna be very valuable. So I mean, that's just my personal opinion and take on it. So that's what I came on here to do was to prep my PSA submission, and I enjoyed all you guys stopping by and talking for a little bit. Mount Rushmore, Daniel, Mile High, David, Carol Shadow was in here for a little bit. Famous, I guys that stopped by and talked and chat for a little bit. Appreciate you guys, and appreciate you watching. I'll see you guys next time.